Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me once again today on Market Faith. As always, I am super excited to have you here watching this video, and I hope that these videos have been very helpful for you, and these videos, are really helping you in your business. Please don't forget to leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, and all of that. All right. Now, today we want to get into our last coverage, really talking about barriers to taking action in the year 2023. What are the things that stop people from really taking actions in the things that they do? And today I want to talk about something that I really, really believe is one of the things that hinders people from really taking action in their lives, in their businesses, and in the things that they do. All right. And if you haven't seen any of the videos, you need to go back and watch the videos for this month, because we've really talked about and dealt with practical ways and practical things you can do in taking action in your business. In fact, somebody actually came to see me based on the videos that we have been doing and we've been talking about. All right. So, and essentially just looking for the best ways to take action in their business and all those types of things. So I really want to encourage you. These videos are really life changing. They're really life transforming, and they're really, really helping a lot of people. And I believe that they will help you, and they will help every single person that you invite to be part of it as well. All right. So, overcoming the barriers to taking action, right? And today, like I said, I want to address something that I think is really, really critical and really, really important for many entrepreneurs, which is the fact that, listen, we must come to terms. To the fact, or about the fact, that life happens to every single person. Okay, life happens to everybody. The challenge is not what happens to you in life. The challenge many times is the narrative, right, that we give to the things that happen to us in life, right? And I'll explain what I mean, right? Which is the fact that for many people, they go through trials, they go through tribulations, they go through temptations, they go through troubles in their business. Nobody is immune from challenges. Nobody is immune from trouble. And I'm telling you from someone who has seen people at some of the highest levels, right, in this world, in this environment, right, and see them struggle and have challenges, even in their own businesses and in the things that they do on the day to day. And I realize that challenges are common to all. As a matter of fact, most people will not want to exchange their challenge for someone else's challenge. So they would rather stay with whatever their challenge is, even though they are complaining that those challenges are magnificent, those challenges are significant. All right. So the challenge many times is in the narrative that we give to the challenge that we face. I remember one time, and I've shared this story before. I remember one time I was driving to work. It was on a Monday morning, and I saw an accident on the side of the road, right? And the first thought that came to my mind, like most people, is, my goodness, how can this kind of accident happen on a Monday morning? And then I just felt something check in my heart, right? And the thing, and I believe it was God, and it was just saying to me that, listen, when is an accident good? And it was like, whoa, listen, when is an accident good? A Sunday evening, Sunday morning, Saturday morning, Friday? What day is an accident good? There is no day that an accident is good. The challenge many times is when you see a problem and then you attach a narrative to it. That's what makes the problem bigger. So you say, oh, I'm single at 35. Listen, you are single, we understand. But when you now add the fact that you are already 35 to the conversation, you are adding a narrative that aggravates the situation and aggravates the problem. When someone says that, oh, because somebody scolded you in the office, that means that your boss doesn't like you, right? What you have done is that you have attached something to that scolding. You have attached something to the bad way that you feel, right, about the fact that you were scolded. And because of that, you have added a narrative to that scolding that you are not liked. So when you find people, they are acting out and they are responding to things that were not even done. When someone was scolding you, they were absolutely scolding you because it was perfectly justified. But instead of you to look at it and take the lesson, what you do is that you get into a defensive mode. You feel like as if people don't like you, and then you get into a point where you feel like maybe you are a scapegoat and all those types of things. And I've seen this type of things play out before, right? It's not because they don't like you. It's simply because something needed to be done and somebody needed to get it done. Now, the problem is when we now start attaching narratives to those things, it aggravates the situation. We start to meditate on it. We start to think about it. It aggravates the situation in our mind, and then we respond in a way that seems like it is out of proportion to the issue or to the thing that was done. All right. So somebody says something to you, and then you respond in a way because there is already a preconceived notion based on an attachment, something that you attached, right, to that particular event or incident. So many people don't take action because they have attached something, right? And some people just get very superstitious, right? Maybe they are leaving their house and they hit their leg on a stone, and because of that, they feel like as if they shouldn't go out anymore, etc. While you may think that that is extreme, some people do things like that in their business, right? I know people who don't pay money on a Monday morning, for example, because somehow in their minds, they get the feeling that if they pay out money on a Monday morning, if that's the first thing that they are doing, then it means that it's a bad omen for the week, because all through the week they will be paying out money, right? So people attach all sorts of narratives to things, and the point to you today is that you must look through these things and stop attaching things to things that don't have meaning. In fact, the first thing I want to say to you is this: always de-escalate. Always de-escalate, right? Things are usually not as bad as they seem, right? Anytime you try to start doing something, whatever you start doing newly, you are the worst at it when you first start doing it. Think about the first time you drove a car, right? That was your worst performance, was the first performance. Most times you get better as you go along. So whenever people escalate a situation and they don't put it in the right context, what it does is that it creates a situation where they paralyze initiative, they don't move, they don't do what they're supposed to do. Okay, so things are not always as bad as they seem. Your first performance is usually the worst performance. If you start a business, your first year is usually the worst year. Your second year starts to get better. Your third year even better, and all those types of things, right? But you must understand that and always de-escalate. When you get into a situation that seems like there is strife, that seems like things are heated, things are escalated, you must always tell yourself, listen, de-escalate this situation, de-escalate this situation. Because if you allow your mind will escalate the situation and keep adding meanings to something that was not supposed to have that kind of meaning. Okay, so stop attaching things to everything that happens to you in your life. De-escalate the situation and find a way to move forward. Separate yourself from the incidents, right, and find a way to move forward. All right, so that's the first thing I want to say to you today. The second thing I want to say to you is anticipate the challenge. Listen, don't always believe that things will happen smoothly. I was reading Margaret Thatcher's book, right? And she talked about the fact that, listen, she does not expect her political opponents to agree with her. She goes into the conversation knowing fully well that people will not agree, and she will have to make a compelling case on a burning platform to help people understand why they need to see her point of view and understand and take her position. You must understand that if everything was easy, everybody will be successful, everybody will be doing it. So anticipate the challenge. Know that this business that you are about to embark on, there will be challenges along the way. When your mind has accepted that there will be challenges, then you can face those challenges head on. Okay, so the fact that you prayed, especially for those people of faith, does not mean that there won't be challenges. So you must make up your mind, right, to forge ahead anyhow. You must make up your mind that in spite of the challenges that you face, you will move forward. So pre-planned challenge, right, is oftentimes the key to succeeding and excelling over that challenge, right? So that's very, very important. Okay, the third thing and the last thing I want to say to you today as we close is that, listen, no one, absolutely no one and no situation should hold enough power to stop you from doing what you want to do. Listen, if people leave, you should have the strength of mind to know that you will move on. Listen, some of you have people working with you in your organization today, and you're already in a place where you are fretting that, some of you have not even conceptualized. It hasn't entered your mind that these people can actually leave. And what are you going to do? Listen, number one, they will leave, you will be fine. It will not be the end of the world. You will be all right. Things will work out for you, even if some of the best people around you leave. I was in an organization at some point and we're having a conversation, and the leader of the organization started up and said something. He said, listen to me, let me tell you something. There is absolutely no single person that if anybody leaves me within this organization, that this organization will go down, right? And he was very emphatic about it. I mean, while I had my reservations, because saying that in an environment where a lot of your leaders were, I just felt like, okay, it might rub off in the wrong way, to some of those people. But the point he was trying to make was very clear, which is the fact that your leaving will not stop me from progressing. Your leaving my life will not stop me from moving forward. I love what Tyler Perry said. He talked about the fact that, listen, some people in your life are like the rocket on a rocket ship, right? As the rocket ship goes up, at some point, there are those fuel, those jet packs, those engines, they need to drop off so that the rocket can go to the next level. Sometimes people will leave. It doesn't make you a bad person. Neither does it make them a bad people. It just means that they have fulfilled your assignment. So move on, move forward, and make 2023 your best year ever. Hey, I hope that has been helpful for you today. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining me today on Market Faith. I look forward to seeing you next time. Make sure you leave me a comment in the section. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below. It's going to be awesome. I'll see you next time.